guys, welcome back to week 3 of our series, Ultimate Hero. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a teacher who blew your mind with something that they said? Maybe they taught you a trick for math that made everything easier. Or maybe they told you a story that made you think of something differently. For example, the oldest living land animal on Earth is a 192-year-old tortoise named Jonathan. Or also, winds on Neptune can blow faster than 1,200 miles an hour. The sun is about 400 times larger than the moon. Also, honey never spoils. And did you know that the average golf ball has 336 dents? Well, today we're going to learn from the best teacher ever, Jesus. He didn't talk about school stuff. He talked about life, about God, and how to live in a way that brings real blessings.
Hey everybody, I'm Dash.
And I'm Austin.
And this is
Challenge Accepted.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm studying.
Studying for what?
For school, I have a big test this week.
Oh, let me see. Oh. You do not
Dude!
need that book. You don't need the book.
Dude, what was that for?
You don't need the book because I can teach you everything you need to know.
No, you can't, because I was studying for my history test.
Oh, please. I'm a whiz at history. I know practically everything that ever happened. Try me.
Okay. Who did Rome fight in the Punic Wars?
The enemy.
Bro, that's not an answer.
Sure it is. If they fought against someone, they had to be fighting against the enemy.
Well, yeah,
So
but...
then, clearly the answer is the enemy, right? Okay, ask me another one.
Who hosted the first modern Olympics?
The host hosted it.
I know that, but who was the host?
The host country.
Yes, but who was the host country?
Austin. The host country was the one who invited all the other countries to the party.
Dude, you aren't getting... Go just read the challenge.
Go for it.
Today's challenge is called Dictionary Dash. For this challenge, you will be given a dictionary. You must flip to a selected letter of the alphabet with your eyes closed.
Wait, how are we supposed to know where to stop if we can't see?
You have to guess.
Okay, so if I say M, that means you have to flip to the M section of the dictionary?
Exactly.
Wait, but wouldn't it just be a lot easier if we kept our eyes open?
Yes, but that's not the way that the challenge works.
Okay, but what if we went and changed the rules? That way the challenge does work that way.
Nah, bro, we can't do that. We need to play the right way.
Anyway, let's give it a go.
Dictionary Dash?
Challenge accepted! Dude, this dictionary is huge.
Well, it's gotta be huge, man. It's got every word in the English language right in here.
Wait, what about garbuchium?
That's not a word.
It might be a word. Watch out. Let me check. Wait, how do you spell garbuchium? Wait, is the boosh with O's or with U's?
It's not a word, so you can look it up all day, but you won't find it.
Aha!
You found it?
No, I was just gonna be like, aha, I didn't find it.
No one says, aha, I didn't find... Let's just begin the challenge, okay? Before everybody graduates.
All right, sounds good. You can go first. Your letter is R.
I got H. Your letter is L.
Right here. It was so close.
I'll be closer.
Your letter is X.
Okay, your letter is Y.
Y?
Y.
Be at the back of the book. Right here.
No, you hit the glossary.
All right, your letter is A. Right at the beginning. You're at the first page of B. You missed it that much. All right.
Your letter is T.
T. T. Right there.
I didn't hit the
How
glossary.
could that not have been right? I was singing the alphabet song in my head. Q-R-S-B-U-T. And I really thought I had
Dude,
it.
did you just say V-U-T?
Yeah, why?
Because it goes T-U-V.
No, it doesn't. It goes V-U-T.
No, it's not. Take a look. Okay. While I teach Dash the order of the alphabet, you guys should listen to today's Bible story. It's about a time Jesus taught a crowd of people something really important.
You're right, it is TUV. So it goes TUV, WX, M, and Z.
Did you say YMZ?
Yeah, YMZ.
We're gonna be here a while.
Welcome to the Big First. Woo! Yeah! We're gonna have so much fun with this Big First. So first though, I'm gonna have you guys stand up. Stand up. Okay, awesome. And we're gonna do this first again, but this time we're gonna do it with motions. Yes, I'm so excited. So you're gonna repeat after me with your words and also repeat the motions that I do. Okay? Let's get into it. Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. John 14:6. Awesome. Okay, let's do it again. One more time, and I want to hear you guys say it even louder and prouder. Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. John 14:6. Great job. And that was our faith fact.
When you think of a blessing, what comes to mind? Maybe a new toy, a fun trip, or yummy food? Jesus taught that being blessed means something more, much deeper, and even more exciting. Let's open up the blessing box and discover what Jesus says about the people God calls blessed. Our first thing is an empty wallet. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for Him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. That's Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. This empty wallet reminds us that sometimes we feel like we don't have much, but Jesus says those who know they need Him are blessed. When we come to God with empty hands and say, I need you, He fills our lives with the riches of heaven. Our second object is a tissue box. God blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That's Matthew 5:4. Have you ever cried because something was really sad? God sees our tears. Jesus promises comfort for those who are hurting when we're sad, when we're alone. Jesus is close to us. Our third item is a stuffed animal. Humble. God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth. Matthew 5:5. This soft animal reminds us to be gentle and kind. The world might cheer for you, the loudest and the strongest, but Jesus celebrates those who are humble. God sees your heart even when others don't. Our fourth object is a granola bar. Cracker, snack, all those things. Matthew 5:6 says that God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. Just like we get hungry for a snack, we can hunger for what's right, for fairness, kindness, and truth. Jesus promises that those who long to see the world made right will be filled. Our fifth object is a bandage or a band-aid. God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. It's Matthew 5:7. When someone gets hurt, a bandage helps it heal. Mercy is like that. When someone does something wrong and we forgive them, it brings healing. God is full of mercy, and He loves it when we show mercy too. Object number 6, a mirror. God blesses those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God. Matthew 5:8. What's in your heart matters. A pure heart wants what God wants. It's not about being perfect, but about loving what's good and true. When our hearts are clean, it's like wiping fog off a mirror. We can see God more clearly. Our seventh object is a heart, which is representing peace. God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called the children of God. That's Matthew 5:9. Peace is more than just staying quiet. It means helping others get along, solving problems, and loving others. When we bring peace, we show we belong to God's family. And our last item, object 8, is the cross. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. That's Matthew 5:10. Sometimes doing the right thing is hard. People might make fun of us or leave us out, but Jesus says when we stand up for Him, even when it's tough, we are truly blessed, and heaven belongs to us.
The world often tells us that blessings come from money, fame, or always getting what we want. But Jesus flips that idea upside down. The Beatitudes shows us that true blessings come from living a life that reflects God's heart. Being kind, gentle, merciful, and standing up for what's right may not always get us noticed here, but in heaven, it matters more than anything.
Whether you're forgiving a friend, choosing peace, or trusting God in sadness, Jesus sees it all. The Beatitudes remind us that when we follow Jesus, especially when it's hard, we're not alone. God blesses us with comfort, strength, and hope. He walks with us through every high and low, and He promises that His kingdom belongs to us.
These blessings aren't just for super Christians or for someday in the future. They're for you and me right now. We can be peacemakers at school, show mercy at home, and choose to be humble with our friends. When we live like Jesus taught, we become a light in the world, showing others what God's love really looks like, and that is a blessing.
Find L.
Find L. Right. No way! I finally got it.
Let
L.
me see. That's a V.
No, that's an L.
Look, right there, it says Victor.
No, that's lictor, as in lictorine.
What's a nectarine?
Lictorine is a tropical fruit.
I think you're thinking of a nectarine.
No, I'm pretty sure it's called a lictorine.
Bro, I don't know who your teachers have been because you got some messed up learning.
It's just a word. It doesn't even really matter that much anyway.
See, that's the problem. It definitely matters. The dictionary tells us how to use words. You can't just make up sounds or call it a word. The dictionary teaches us what each word means and how to use it.
Okay, so how does this tie in with the Bible story? I didn't see Jesus pulling out dictionaries to correct people's punctuation.
Okay, let's break it down real easy, okay?
Okay.
A dictionary teaches us how to use words, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jesus came and taught us how to live.
Oh. So just like a dictionary explains each word and tells us how to use it, Jesus came to teach us about God and how to live for Him?
Exactly. And since Jesus is God, He knows everything there is to know.
So are we supposed to learn from Jesus or something?
Absolutely. Look, Jesus teaches us so many things. If you spend time reading and studying God's word and time talking to God and listening to Him talk to you, I promise, man, you'll be super wise.
If there's one thing to remember today, it's this. Jesus teaches me. He teaches us how to love, forgive, serve others, and so many other things. If you want to learn from the best, you should let Jesus be your teacher.
This week, our challenge to you is to thank a person who taught you something, you know? It could be a teacher at church or school or the coach of your sports team. Thank them for taking the time to encourage you, teach you new things.
Dude, this book is the worst. There's not many pictures in it, and it's not even that funny. If I want to sit down and read a book, I at least want it to be funny.
The dictionary isn't really a book you sit down and read.
It's a book, isn't it? That's what you're supposed to do with books. You're supposed to sit down and read them. Now you're the one not making any sense, Austin.
Okay, so we are going to be here a while, but until then, we'll see you next time here at Challenge Accepted.
All right, hold on. I've got one more fun fact for you. Have you ever heard about an axolotl? It's an amphibian. They're kind of an endangered species, but they can regenerate their own limbs when they get injured, and also their DNA sequence is like 10 times larger than ours, which is a cool fun fact to me, but still not as cool as all the lessons that Jesus taught us, which I hope that you got something from this lesson. And if you didn't, go ahead, go back and rewatch it, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!